Professor Abu Sulaiman is talking about the issue of the complementary nature of men and women. Approaching the issue of relation between men and women is not on the issue of or on the concept of equality, but on the concept of complementing each other. And he was talking about how the brain of a man works and how the brain of a woman works. So he said the brain of a man is one task to be achieved. But women, due to her multiple responsibilities, she can handle many tasks at the same time. And they give an example. She might be cooking at home, maybe following some work she's doing, and also listening to her kids who are crying here and there and something like that.
في هذا العصر وطبيعة الأسلحة والحروب، لا شك أن الحروب مدمرة، وأن عامل الحرص على السلام أمر أساسي وضروري، ويخفف. وكما نرى حال العالم الدماء تسيل يوميا، لو كانت بقر يقتل لضج الناس، ومع ذلك تراقب الدماء وليس هناك رد فعل. فما هو دور الأم، دور المرأة في تغيير هذا الوضع والدفع به نحو اتجاه السلام؟
Coming to the issue of peace building, the man usually is the one who will hunt, who will get the things for the family. So this is more like a hunting mentality. And for the woman, she is more on the protecting side. She is the one who will take care of the family and make sure that the family is coherent and there's no problem in it. And unfortunately now we are seeing bloodshed everywhere, all over the world. And unfortunately, if it's animals being slaughtered like this, people will respond. But unfortunately, nobody responding to the bloodshed all over the Muslim world. So the question now, what the Muslim women can do for this?
من المهم أن نلاحظ أن المرأة بعد 40-45 بالكثير 50 تنخفض عندها هرمونات الأنوثة وترتفع هرمونات لكي تعمل، لأنها الآن لا تنجب، وأطفالها ودائما ينصح أن المرأة لا تنجب بعد سن 36، لأن في سن 36 كثير من البويضات تقتل، وبالتالي احتمالات الولادة الغير سوية أكثر احتمال. ولذلك هنا إذا توقفت عند 36 مع 50 تكون طفلها أصبح رجل، أصبح شابا، وهي تعمل لكي تعيد أبنائها. ولذلك تنخفض عندها هرمونات الأنوثة وترتفع هرمونات الذكورة، وتصبح عضو فاعل عامل في المجتمع. وإذا كانت هذه الأسلحة كما نرى وآثارها كما نرى، فمن المهم دفع دور المرأة وطبيعتها كأم أن يكون لها وجود في الفعل السياسي، وبالتالي عدم الدفع الحرب والمواجهة والقتال إلا في حالة الدفاع عن النفس. فأنا أعتقد أن الإنسان دخلت مرحلة من المهم أن الاثنين يشتركوا، وأن الاثنين وحتى في مرحلة العناية بالأطفال ليس هناك ما يمنع أن المرأة تعمل بشرط ألا يكون ذلك على حساب الأسرة.
Actually, we need to activate the role of a woman in the society on different levels, whether the woman is still in the early stage of her life and having kids, small kids, or she is in the late stage of her life where the kids are grown up and she doesn't need to take care of them anymore. They can take care of themselves. So for each stage of life, there will be different roles, and also for each stage of life will be different responsibilities. And this on different levels, like social work, working in certain organizations. So more like playing a positive role plus her role as a mother and as a wife.
Unfortunately, يعني من سوء الحظ كما نرى أن بلاد المسلمين التي تسيل فيها اليوم الدماء أننا نحن نستخدم لكي نقتل بعضنا البعض. المرحلة التي نعيشها اليوم لها سابقة ويجب أن نتعلم من سوابقها، وهي في الأندلس. في الأندلس ولاية برشلونة استخدمت الحكام المسلمين في الأندلس لكي يدخلوا مع بعض في صراعات. انتهت هذه الصراعات بألا يبقى عربي ولا مسلم بغض النظر إن كان إسبانيا أو عربيا في إسبانيا، إما القتل، إما التنصير بالقوة، إما التهجير. والآن أعداؤنا يدفعوننا لكي ندخل مع بعض في صراعات وهم يكسبون. تسال دماءنا وهم يكسبون، ولديهم مطامع نعلمها لكي يحققوها. فهل آن لنا أن نعي ونعقل؟ هل آن لنا أن ندرك دور المرأة وحرصها على التكافل وحرصها على الحماية، ونجعل لها دور في صنع القرار؟ وكما قلت نحن متكاملين، لسنا متعارضين. الرجل والمرأة ليسوا متعارضين، متكاملين. ولذلك يجب أن يكون هناك تنظيم وتنسيق في خاصة بعد 40 50 في العمل السياسي، لكي يكون السلام والأمن وتوفير المتطلبات أمر حقيقي المجتمع جميعه يدفع به، وليس يتعارض أو هذا يفعل وهذا لا يعلم كما نرى في حالنا وما انتهينا إليه.
The main problem that the Muslim world is facing now related to the struggles and issues inside the Muslim world is more like an inside issues. They are not a confrontation, a clear confrontation with the outsiders. It's actually a confrontation among ourselves. And this is a serious problem. People are using us to kill each other and to destroy each other. And we need to look carefully at this point and try to get away from being used by others to destroy ourselves.
In this university, you can see, I think I am a man, and Sister Zalifa is a woman. And I think maybe the management of the university now is much better than my time, because I'm sure that everybody is, I remember when I was in this university here, everybody says, we fear you. I say, did I ever insult you, put you to discipline? And we fear you. So, because he is a man, I'm sure the management of women is much better to bring, cooperation, no fear, would say it happily to say, really, women as mothers, as quality, as approach, is really important, very important, and we men have to realize this and work together to bring peace, to bring cooperation, to bring the spirit of the family. Should I say? ما كنت أقوله بالإنجليزية، ما قال لك إني أنت طيب. أن الرجل والمرأة متكاملين، ليسوا بكل نوع، والمرأة تجمع تقرب الرجل للنفع لكي يحصل على الحاجات، ومن هنا الدورين متكاملين، ولذلك يجب في بناء الحياة السياسية أن يكون العنصرين متكاملين، العنصرين يعملان يؤديان يعني قضية التكامل. لا شك أن يعني ما قلته أيضا لما أنا كنت في هذه الجامعة كانت، وهذا يبدو أنه الرجل لما يكون يعني يدير الأمور، كانوا كثيرين يقولون نخاف منه، فكنت أسألهم هل قد شتمتك أو شتمتك؟ هل قد وضعتك للتأديب؟ لا، بس نخاف. فهنا يأتي دور المرأة في الجمع، يعني جعل القضايا مقبولة، في نفس الوقت الرجل يدفع، الرجل يحقق، فيكون هناك سلام بالفعل في المجتمع، ويعني تعاون بإذن الله. وأنا كما قلت واثق أن إدارة زليخة أحسن من إدارتي. ما في، أنا متأكد ما حد قال لها نخاف، فما في واحد بعبع أو يعني، فعلى الأقل يعني أدرت الجامعة وأدارتها، والحمد لله كانت إدارتين ناجحتين. معنى هذا التكامل والعمل المشترك قضية يجب أن تكون في ذهننا، وليس أنت أو أنا. هذا ليس هو يعني الموقف الصحيح، وأن الجامعة الآن تفكر في قضية السلام، قضية في هذا الوقت الذي الدماء تسيل. هذا يدل على أن إدارة زليخة وأن الجامعة بإدارة المرأة ربما فعلت شيء لا أدري لو كنت مكانها فأفعله. فهنيئا.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Abdul Hamid. I think just to summarize, he stressed very important points. He stressed the role of women in decision making. I think this is an idea which other parallel sessions can discuss later on. And he stressed also how the women and men are complementing each other in this role. And he talked also about the importance of relating the role of women to peace building. And actually that's the essence of our conference. Hopefully, inshallah, in the next 2 days we can discuss these issues and go in depth in dealing with them. I think I call upon also Professor Dr. Zaliha Kamaruddin, the rector of the International Islamic University, to deliver her speech. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Please don't mention my shock.
Oh. Thank you, Prof. Aziz, for giving me the opportunity to speak today. As a keynote speaker, I will follow my time limitation and I will try to finish in 15 minutes. One of the ways to finish it in 15 minutes is to put all my ideas in this book. Myself and Prof. Aziz, sorry, not Prof. Aziz, Prof. Rashid Motem. Where is Prof. Rashid? He's in the room as well just now. We wrote a book to be launched tonight during Gala dinner entitled Muslim Women Promoting Peace. And the crescent, which shows this is a heart, which is Al-Liqa Salam, which means a meeting for peace. This book, with a foreword by Tan Sri Iyad Madani, speaks about a lot of things which I will try to say in 15 minutes. But before I start my keynote speech, I would like first to say thank you to Professor Emeritus, Dato' Abdul Hamid, who has been my mentor all this while, ever since I joined the university. I grow with the university. In 1985, I joined. And that time, during the time of Tan Sri Abdul Rauf, the first rector. But he was there only for a short while, and I grew up intellectually under the guide of Dr. Abdul Hamid Abu Sulaiman. And I feel truly blessed and humbled that, to the point that every year Dr. Abdul Hamid is coming to the university as a visiting rector to still guide me in bringing the university in the forefront. And Alhamdulillah, he is here today to also assist me in ensuring that this conference, of which the underlying agenda is to get our women to come and participate in the new frontier, i.e., we no longer speak the language of rights. If you want to study and do research on the women movement in the West, since the 18th century until the 20th century, they talk a lot about rights of women, from the rights to vote, to rights to same salary, to equal opportunity. But I think from the Islamic perspective, a bird should fly with both wings, i.e. the man wing, perhaps on the right, and the women's wing on the left, with air coming from the community. So this is what actually this book is all about. So I would like you, I'm not forcing everybody to buy the book. We have, if you're speakers, we will give it free to the speakers. But at the same time, for those who are participants, it is sold at our counters. If the hard copy is expensive, you can have the soft copy. But basically, this book is, I could say, in 10 minutes now, I have spent my 5 minutes. It speaks about women, peace, and Islam. So it's not just women's rights. These are issues that are considered done. For women working in the area of women's liberation, especially in the era of feminism and liberalism, this is not Islam. It is not Islam at all. So we talk about Islam as a comprehensive way of life. Therefore, when we talk about women, we cannot divorce their movement from peace and Islam. And then we talk about Islam and peace as well, because in the contemporary times, Islam is looked upon as a religion of terror. Wherever we go, perhaps for women, we don't feel safe anymore, especially if we are traveling in a Western country. Latest that we heard in New York, women has been reported to be followed by strangers And then at the end of the journey, this woman feel fear. They were given some fear. And the extent of the fear depends whether the woman is walking alone or in groups. This is the extent of the fear that is put unto women, especially in the Western world. Here in Malaysia, Alhamdulillah, is still Darus Salam. But if we do not take care of this, one day, women in Malaysia also feel and will be terrorized as well. And then we talk about how Islamic values promote peace and women and peace building. Now, what happened, when we were looking it from the other perspective, we realized that we have to go back into historical, we go back to history. And we looked into, as we say, when we talk about peace, we are not only talking about women, but we talk about the Prophet as the model of peace, or what we call the peacemaker. So we talk about the Prophet ﷺ in Medina, and we went through the constitution of Medina to see to the extent of how the Prophet ﷺ bring about peace in a society of Muslims and non-Muslims. From there, we looked into other peace treaties as well, because it is important to see how Islam translates the spirit of the Quran into day-to-day living. And then we found out that for young women, they need to see models of peace. They need to see models of peace. So we highlighted Khadijatul Kubra as the first woman to accept Islam and how she propagated peace through her philanthropic act. And then how her patience sustained the Prophet to go through persecution. How Khadija al-Kubra bring about peace through her action. So we want young women especially to understand this. We don't have to look into, sorry to say this, Hillary Clinton. We don't have to see the example of Angelina Jolie as the peace model. Look at our own model, right? But some young woman says to me, Prof, it's so far, we can't see. So I said, never mind, we put it in black and white, go and read. But if you do not want to read, too bad. And then, after Khadijatul Kubra, we put in Aisha Siddiqah, the role model, her religiosity, the educator of the people, her generosity and her simple lifestyle, and her as the peace initiative. So these are real life model. It's not something we picked from the sky and say, ladies, look at this model. Then there's no model, then somebody said, go and look at Angelina Jolie. Now this is the trend now. You put artists. You glorify artists. We don't expect you glorify intellectuals, but at least artists, although in this conference we have Til Jannah, young empires, we have to put artists to get young people to come. But we showcase artists who are good in terms of their akhlaq. Or those who have done their hijrah. Those could be role model for our young people. And because of them, we have less worry because with just 3 or 4 days of announcements, you have young people pre-registering for our Til Jannah forum across this hall. So this hall perhaps tomorrow will be lesser in numbers because these are all the serious people coming for the conference. Now, the wives of the Prophet, there are many more, but we thought we wanted to put as well Zubaydah binti Ja'far, who is the queen of Baghdad, the wife of Khalifa Khalifah Rashidin. Sorry, Ya Allah, please correct me. Harun al-Rashid, yes, Harun al-Rashid. It is interesting, when we were doing our research there, she has done a lot in terms of assisting her as husband as the queen of Baghdad, where she did a lot of things that we call her the philanthropist. So there are many things we can use her as an example. Now, we say, let's look into contemporary times. Our young people especially, they say, your examples are too ancient. Can we have contemporary examples? I said, yes, we will do some. So we started off with Begum Rokhaya Shakawat Hussain, an educationist and social activist from Bangladesh. We have many professors from Bangladesh at the university. We know it's very difficult for us to get some information from Bangladesh because the book was written within like less than a year. So we need to go through all these countries, and we found that by using our staff from Bangladesh, we got many information from them, and we went through her life, and we wanted some of them to come here, but they were too physically frail to travel. So we can't see them physically, but this book talks about them. It talks about their religiosity, education in philanthropy, peace and harmony through education. You see that all these women, they went through education. And we found that research has shown that the most effective way of changing society is through education. So we went through that effective channel. We can go through other things, but that will be less effective. And then we went to look into the life of Aisha Bridget Lemu. She's a convert promoting Islam and peace, helping her husband to promote peace and to ensure that there's no extremism and to ensure moderation in Islam. So we decided to look into the meaning of moderation and trying in a way that moderation means in the middle, but it doesn't mean middle path doesn't mean you pray 5 times a day, middle means only 3 times. No. So we were trying to look at some of the ayat in the Quran where one of our scholars defined moderation as in a day, for example, in a day, there is morning, noon and night. If we were to go for moderation, it means we are looking at noon. Noon is when the sun is shining in its fiercest form. So that's moderation. It means we are working maximum. So that's the definition, another definition of moderation. If we are moderate, it means we are working all out for Islam, because noon means the sun is shining at its maximum. Now, Prof. Aziz is looking at me. I have only 2 minutes, Prof. Aziz. Now we went into others, the younger generation. We managed to get a lot of information from Prof in relation to Sister Muna Abu Sulaiman, her own daughter, where we got many information, and tonight you will see her in our gala dinner. Alright, she has proven to be our role model for the young people, where she is using her network, at that time working with Prince Walid, and using that network to establish Islam in the West. Now we go fast forward very fast to Women and Peace in Indonesia, where I personally went and met a big group in Indonesia, the women's wing of Muhammadiyah. They call themselves Aisyah. When I went there, I was so astounded because even the senior members of the organization are very young at heart, just like Dr. Abdul Hamid Sulaiman. She walked with crutches, but inside here, I think she is much younger than me. Much younger. She has lots of ideas. And we have Ibu Uswatun and Ibu Alfia Muhadi. We tried to invite them, but they couldn't make it, again, because of old age. So my conclusion of this is, while we are young, we should travel. But if we are old also, we should travel. No problem. Last but not least, again, because of Malaysia, we have to highlight the Malay women. This is easily found, all the information, but we highlighted a few. In this context, I highlighted Tan Sri Aisyah Ghani. She had passed away, but she had contributed a lot. In fact, she did her formal Islamic education in Indonesia, and then she became a politician, and she utilized all her knowledge and translate her knowledge into action through the political power. We have, as usual, homemade Tan Sri Jamila Mahmud, representing Mercy. She couldn't come, she's in the US now, and I have to say that we are so proud of her. One of the Malaysians who have made her name in the international arena. Last but not least, as the rector of the Islamic University, I would be failing in my duty if I did not highlight the role that is played by the university, the IIUM, the International Islamic University Malaysia, where we have what we call, during the time of Prof. Dr. Abdul Hamid Sulaiman, he has this, the world at the university. So after 30 years, Prof, I initiated the university at the world. So both the university at the world and the world at the university is propagating peace. And we are trying to nurture, I use the term nurture, it's not indoctrination, nurturing them to promote peace when they go out back to serve their country as agents of peace. So we talk about Islamization of knowledge, and Prof is helping us in black and white to do books on Islamization of knowledge. So we can do a lot of talking, talk, but after some time everybody will forget what we are talking. So we decided to put it in black and white. So that's for Islamization of knowledge. IIUM philanthropic activities, I recorded it all in this book. And peace through institution building. We know that if we don't have institutions, we do not structure it through proper governance, things will die after our death, physically or mentally. So we have the Perdana Global Peace Foundation, where we have the Father of Peace as our first holder of the Peace Chair, Professor Johan Gautam. 2, Interfaith Harmony and Tolerance programs. We have International Center for the Alliance of Civilizations, working with non-Muslims organizations. International Institute of Wasatiyah, which we don't have any problems because the term itself comes from the Quran, which perhaps if we were to use moderation, there will be many definitions and will create controversies. And last but not least, we have the International Institute for Muslim Unity, and to get our students the ability to put their thoughts into words and to be influential, to ensure that they know how to do it best. We have students now, the university has produced the best debaters. Now we are top 10 in the world, and we have our IIUM World Debate and Oratory Center. And to do this, I have to say thank you to Prof. It took us 30 years down the road from a nobody to number 10 world ranking in terms of world debate. Last but not least, I have some concluding observations which I will not say anything about it because I would like to invite all of you here in this room to buy this book and see the concluding observations yourself. Thank you very much. With that, please buy this book and read it yourself in your quiet time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, Prof. Dr. Salih Hakamaruddin. I think, just very briefly to summarize, 4 points here. Number one is moving from the language of rights to talk about duties, responsibilities, and peace builders as dynamic women. Number two, how Islamic values promote peace. And number three, how the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was a role model who actually nurtured peace in individual and social context. And number four, how university can play a role in nurturing great people. Thank you very much, Prof. We move forward to our next keynote speaker. We call upon our sister, Mrs. Habibi Gonar, to deliver her speech. You go ahead.
Ladies, that shows how they are working hard.
Evet, değerli moderatör, sevgili konuşmacılar ve katılımcılar, hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Bugün ben de sizlerle beraber olmaktan mutluyum ve bize misafirperverlikte sınır tanımayan Malezyalı kardeşlerime de teşekkür ediyorum. Türkiye'deki kardeşlerimizin ve Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımız Recep Tayyip Erdoğan'ın da buradaki topluluğa selamlarını getirdim. Evet, maalesef tarihteki kadının toplumdaki yeri her zaman problemli olmuştur. 1500 sene önce cahiliye devrinde kızlar gömülürken bizim dinimiz zamanın ilerisinde hiç eskimeyecek şekilde kadına hakkını ve gücünü teslim etmiştir. Böylelikle içinde bulunduğumuz toplumları nasıl güzelleştireceğimizden bahsedeceğim ben de. Öncelikle kadın siyasetteki, toplumdaki, ekonomi ve ailedeki yerlerinden bahsederek Türkiye'den örnekler vereceğim. Son olarak da dünyanın Müslüman kadınlara bakışından bahsedeceğim. Next. Evet. Değerli kardeşlerim, kadınlarımız siyasette olmalı. Cahiliye bidatları kadını geri plana iterken Kur'an-ı Kerim'imizde Saba Melikesi Belkıs'ın hükümranlığından bahsedilmektedir. İstişare dahilinde kavmiyle birlikte de Hazreti Süleyman döneminde hak dinini kabul etmiştir. Yani siyaset vardır. Unutmayınız ki güçlü kadın, güçlü toplum demektir. Ne mutlu Müslüman toplumlara ki şimdiye kadar 7 defa devlet başkanı olarak hanımları çıkarmıştır, seçmiştir. Ülkemden de gururla örnek vermek isterim ki kadınlara seçme ve seçilme hakkını Atatürk devrimleriyle 1930-34 yılları arasında verilmiştir. 1935 yılında Türkiye Parlamentosu'nda 17 kadın milletvekilimiz vardı. Fakat yine üzülerek söylemeliyim ki bu hak meclisteki tesettür yasağı yüzünden 2015 yılına kadar yani 80 yıl boyunca inancı gereği başını örten kadınlarca kullanılamamıştır. 15 Temmuz 2016'da darbe yapılmak istenen ve tek başına hükümeti oluşturan AK Parti'nin 73 kurucusu arasındaki 13 hanımdan birisiyim. O dönemde partimizin kurucu başkanı ve hali hazırda şu andaki Türkiye Cumhuriyetimizin Cumhurbaşkanı Sayın Recep Tayyip Erdoğan bizlere dedi ki bu Türkiye'deki siyaseti imar etmemiz için hanımların da desteğine ihtiyacımız var. Örgütlerimizi kuralım ve beraberce çalışalım. Elhamdülillah biz de çalıştık ve bugünlere geldik. Biz kadınlar dinleyerek, anlatarak, insanların kalplerine dokunarak ve örgütlenerek partimizin iktidar olmasına katkıda bulunduk. Unutmayın, yönetmeye talip olmazsak yönetilmeye ve hakkımıza verilen kararlara da baş eğmeye mecbur kalırız. Türkiye'nin eski başbakanlarından merhum Necmettin Erbakan bu hususu şöyle özetlemiştir. Siyaseti önemsemeyen Müslümanları önemsemeyen siyasetçiler yönetir. Onun için hanımların da siyasette olması gerekir. Hangi ülkede yaşıyor olursak olalım, sivil toplum kuruluşlarında, siyasi partilerde üye olup aktif şekilde çalışmalıyız. Kimsesiz çocukları koruma derneklerine ve o yavruları yalnız bırakmadan onları yetiştirmeliyiz. Yardıma muhtaç ailelerin çocuklarına da yönelik projeler hazırlamalıyız. Çocuklar geleceğimiz olduğu için unutmadan bu konuda gerçekleştirilecek projelere destek olmalıyız. Toplum içinde eşitliğin ve gelir adaletinin eşit olması için çalışmalar yapmalıyız. Herkesin düşünce, inanç ve ibadet özgürlüklerine sahip olduğu temiz toplum ve yavrularımıza da bu sayede özgür ve refah içinde yaşayabilecekleri temiz bir dünya bırakmalıyız. Bu davranış tarzının içinde yaşadığımız toplumun şekillenmesine katkıda bulunmak için en etkili yollardan biri olduğunu, hanımların olduğunu unutmamamız lazım. Evet değerli kardeşlerim, Müslüman kadın aynı zamanda girişimci olmalı. Ben çocukken babam uzun yol şoförüydü. Dolayısıyla kendisini aylarca görmediğimiz de olurdu. Maddi durumumuz iyi olmasına rağmen sevgili anneciğim bahçeli evimizde tavuklar yetiştirir, bize taze yumurtalar yedirir. Hatta inek besler, taze taze temiz olarak sütünden içirir. Bazen de fazlasını satar, bütçeye katkıda bulunurdu. Komşu teyzelerimiz de danteller örüp satar, gelen parayla da çocuklarını okuturlardı, eğitime önem verirlerdi. Tüketim toplumu olmadığımız, kadın erkek demeden herkesin bir şeyleri üreterek paylaştığı zamanlarımız vardı ve çok güzel zamanlardı. Şimdi biz de Müslüman kadınlar olarak kendimiz ve çocuklarımızı tüketim toplumu olmaktan vazgeçirecek şekilde eğitim ve üretime katkı sağlamalıyız. İsraf ve üretmeksizin tüketmeden vazgeçmeliyiz. Paramız var diye almaktan, yapabiliyoruz diye yapmaktan da vazgeçmeliyiz. Abdest alırken akan deredeki suyu israf etmeyin diyen Peygamberimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem'i hatırlamalı. Müslüman kadınlar topluma örnek olmalıyız. Bırakın kollarımızdaki bilezikler, boynumuzdaki kolyeler parlamasın. Bırakın son model çantalarımız, kapıdaki arabalarımız göz almasın. Bırakın bilgimiz, eğitimimiz, üretkenliğimiz ve en önemlisi de düşüncelerimiz parlasın. Değerli kardeşlerim, Müslüman kadın eğitimli de olmalı. Next. Bizler Arap Yarımadası'nda yaşarken ilim içinde de olsa gidip arayıp bulunuz diyen bir peygamberin ümmetiyiz. Kaldı ki çocuklarımıza her açıdan da kendimiz örnek olmalıyız. En doğru bilgiyi bizden alabilmeliler. Dış dünyada ne yaşarlarsa yaşasınlar ki kafaları hiçbir zaman karışmasın. Aradıkları soruların cevaplarını ailelerinde bulsunlar. Unutmayalım, çocuklarımızı eğitmek için önce kendimizi eğitmemiz gerekiyor. İngiltere parlamentosundaki milletvekillerinin hazırladığı bir rapora göre Müslüman kadınların işsiz kalma olasılığı aynı eğitimi alan, aynı beceriyi gösteren diğer hanımlara karşı 3 kat daha fazlaymış. Bunun nedeni de Müslüman olmalarıymış. Değerli kardeşlerim, öyle bir eğitimli olalım ki, öyle bir eğitimimizi etrafa yayalım da duyuralım ki vazgeçilmez olalım. Alternatifimiz olmasın. Mesela doktor olalım, öğretmen olalım, mühendis olalım ama bizim alternatifimiz olmasın. Sporcu olalım. 2014'te Bosna asıllı bir sporcu kızımız vardı. Ve bu kızımız basketbolda, dünya basketbolunda tesettürüyle oynamak için başvurdu. Zorla kabul ettirdi ve dediler ki 2 yıllık deneme süresi içerisinde alırız, başarını da görürüz. Gördükten sonra da kabul edersek ederiz, etmezsek etmeyiz diye FIBA onunla sözleşme yaptı. Ve kızımız yaptığı sporda da en iyisini yaparak şu anda örtülü hanımların da spor yapabileceğini FIBA'ya kabul ettirdi. Aynı şekilde sanırım bu yılda evet yaz olimpiyatlarında Amerika'da eskrim dalında başörtüsüyle katılan İptişah Muhammed de birincili olarak sporcuların önünü açmıştır. Bizler terör gruplarının etkisiyle gerçekleştirilen kara propagandayı tersine ancak yaptığımız her işi iyi yaparak çevirebiliriz. Gerçekten Müslümanlığı hakkıyla yaşayarak çevirebiliriz. Müslüman toplumları deyince akla neden donanımlı, bilgili insan ve hayvana saygılı, insanlara saygılı, hayvana merhametli, adaletli toplumlar gelmesin? Neden ülkelerimiz Batı toplumlarını sadece tatil yapmak için değil, aynı zamanda bilim, teknik öğrenmek için, eğitim görmek için gelmesinler? Neden çevreyle ilgili projeleri bizden almasınlar? Geri dönüşümlü projeler neden bizden çıkmasın? Birkaç yüzyıl önce bu durum böyleydi. Matematikler, cebirler Müslümanlardan çıkıyordu. Değerli kardeşlerim, ne mutlu bize ki bu cenneti Rabbim annelerin ayakları altına sermiştir. Anneliğimizin önemi o kadar büyük, o kadar anlamlıdır ki, Türkçe'de bir söz vardır, yuvayı dişi kuş yapar diye. Sayın konuşmacı Profesör Beyefendi de demişti, hanımlar her türlü işi beraber yapabilir diye. Gerçekten anneler her türlü işi yapar. Toplumun temelini oluşturur, ayakta tutar. Kadın saygı ve sevgiyle davranacak erkeği de yetiştirir. Oğullarına aile bilincini aşılayacak olan yine bir kadındır. Eşine yoldaş, kızına sırdaş olan yine kadındır. Bizde beyler başarıya ulaşabilmek için arkalarında destek bir hanım ister. Hanımlar da köstek olunmasın yeter derler. Kendileri başarıya hanımlar ulaşabilirler. Aynı işi, iki işi aynı anda yapabildikleri için. O Müslüman kadın ki gerektiğinde oyuna sahip çıkan, sokaklara dökülen, evladına alın terini, helali haramı öğretendir. Yaratılmış her canlıya saygı gösteren, en güzeli dünyada algı operasyonlarıyla adı karalanmaya çalışan barış dini İslam'ı öğreten kadındır. Yani siz, biz, hepimiz. Evet, 15 dakikamı doldurdum sanırım. Konuşmamı burada sonlandırırken beni dinlediğiniz için hepinize teşekkür ediyor. Barış ve huzur dolu bir dünyada yaşamamız için hepinizi Allah'a emanet ediyorum. Sağlıcakla kalın.
Thank you very much, our sister. I think just to summarize some of the main ideas that she stressed in her speech, she talks about how when we have strong women, we will have strong society. She talks about empowering women with skills and entrepreneurship in particular, give them the skills and the abilities to contribute to peace building. She talks about how women should be an added value and herself add value to the society, and also the importance of education and educating the women. Thank you very much. We move forward to our last speaker for this session, our sister ambassador Ilham Muhammad. I think I mentioned before that she is the Vice Chairperson of Independent Human Rights Commission of the OIC. Please go ahead, sister.
شكرا جزيلا. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, fellow panelists, Professor, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. On behalf of the OIC, Independent Burman Human Rights Commission, abbreviated as IPHRC, it is my privilege to address this August assembly in the beautiful city of Kuala Lumpur, which is a symbol of enlightenment, moderation, and cultural pluralism, which we've seen since yesterday. I also take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to the organizers, the government of Malaysia, the OIC, and our Malaysian brothers and sisters for the excellent arrangement, generosity, and warm hospitality. In fact, in my paper, which I hope I will try to stick to the 15 minutes allocated to me, I will focus basically on two issues: to enlighten you about IPHRC and its work as far as women are concerned, and also on the issue of women and empowerment by education. This summit, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, is taking place at an opportune time when women in the world in general, and Muslim women in particular, are faced with multitude of challenges from within and without. These include discrimination and xenophobic hostilities faced by Muslim women, in particular in Europe, as we have seen recently, least of which is clothing bans, to disturbing images of the plight of Muslim refugee women marred by abject poverty and perpetual insecurity in the camps of Palestine, Iraq, and Syria. The continued suffering of Muslim minorities, in particular women, as in the case of the Rohingya Muslim women, to significant disparities between men and women in education and health indicators in the OIC member states. Also, misguided and harmful socio-cultural traditions continue to hinder the progress of girls and women and negatively affect their health and psychological development. However, at the same time, it is not all gloom. Muslim women have indeed come a long way in shattering stereotypes and barriers, which impede realization of their inherent human rights guaranteed to them by Islam and other universal human rights standards. Women in OIC countries are taking leading roles in all walks of life, be it economic, social, cultural, or political fields. There is also increased awareness and acceptability in Muslim societies about women's rights as being human rights, which need to be promoted and protected in accordance with Islamic law and other universal human rights instruments. However, an inertia does exist in some places, both at societal and governmental levels, in the form of regressive socio-cultural practices, traditions, mindsets, and laws, which are hindering the progress of women towards full and effective realization of their basic human rights. Having said that, the best way, in our point of view, to safeguard and promote the rights of women is by empowering them through education, so that they become better equipped to plan, decide, and choose for themselves what suits them the best in accordance with their special socio-cultural, political, and economic circumstances. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let there be no silent observers when the rights of women are at stake. Let women not be dictated or coerced. When Malala, whose picture I have just seen on the screen, Madam, when you showed earlier, when Malala, the young Nobel laureate from Pakistan, stared at the eyes of terrorists, she defied the regressive mindset and stood up for her rights, in particular, right to education. She had a dream, which is the dream of countless young girls around the world. We, as policymakers, legislators, human rights practitioners, and social activists, have the onerous responsibility to create enabling environment where mothers of the future are groomed as leaders to raise the Muslim generation for creation of peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable societies. I would also say that any effective poverty alleviation measure, reduction of fast population growth over long term, or environmental management without education and empowerment of women would be inconceivable. It is estimated that every additional year of schooling a girl boosts their income by 10% and increases a country's GDP by 18%. Empowerment of 700 million Muslim women through education remains to be the most effective strategy to break the vicious cycle of poverty, deprivation, and underdevelopment. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the advent of Islam heralded an unprecedented revolutionary era of women emancipation and empowerment. Islamic history is replete with instances where women have excelled men in erudition and accordingly have played a commendable role in the development of their respective societies. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, has said in the hadith, seeking knowledge is an obligation upon every Muslim. When he said every Muslim, it includes men and women together on equal footing. On the other hand, يقول الله تعالى هل يستوي الذين يعلمون والذين لا يعلمون إنما يتذكر أولو الألباب. This is in Surah Al-Zumar, verse number 9. Regrettably, ladies and gentlemen, the crucial and pivotal role played by Muslim women in bringing changes in society have mostly gone unrecognized or ignored. Limited participation of women into decision-making creates an environment where critical issues such as gender equality and equity and empowerment of women get less attention than they deserve. Data shows that in the OIC countries, only average 15.6% of the senior managerial positions are women, which is unfortunately less than half of the average of the non-OIC developing countries. The lack of women's ideas and views on decision-making limits the scope of the policy analysis as well as the effectiveness of policy intervention in many socio-economic aspects of life, including education. Recognizing these shortcomings, the recently concluded 13th OIC Summit in Istanbul, which was held in April 2016, expressed concern and called upon all OIC member states to take appropriate measures to improve women literacy. The summit also adopted OIC's 10-year program of action for the years 2015-2025, which has identified means and modalities to develop synergies with the United Nations 2030 Sustainable Development Goals to overcome existing shortcomings in a comprehensive manner. The OIC has also adopted a plan of action for the advancement of women in the member states, which is abbreviated as OBAO, and its implementation mechanism. One of the main goals of the plan is to achieve universal literacy for women. IPHRC is willing to substantively contribute towards revision and updating of the OBAO with a view to presenting practical recommendations for consideration of policymakers of the member states to help them effectively implement women literacy and education strategies in their countries. The OIC has also established an organization of women development in Cairo. I take this opportunity to reiterate to all member states to expedite the ratification of its statute, enabling the organization to become operational at the earliest. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, since its inception, the Commission, IPHRC, has adopted women's rights as one of its top priority areas of work. In its efforts to promote women's rights within OIC member states and beyond. Furthermore, IPHRC identified human rights education as a cross-cutting theme for its work and held an international seminar on the subject last year in Jakarta. IPHRC also held thematic debates on impact of women empowerment on sustainable development of member states, as well as another thematic debate on protection of family values, with detailed outcome documents which are available on its website. IPHRC has also urged OIC member states to address low investment in women and girls by allocating at least 5% of their respective GDP to education, with positive discrimination for skill-oriented vocational training for women and girls, including science and technology, to enable them to actively participate in economic, social, and cultural development of respective societies and on equal footing. And in its upcoming seminar on the right to development, to be held in October this year, IPHRC plans to come up with concrete proposals to integrate women's role and their enterprises in the affairs of the state, including policy and decision-making, providing equal access to opportunities to make them equal partners in development. IPHRC also supports all women who are contributing and working for positive change in their families and societies. We are also collaborating with other international, regional, and national institutions to promote the goals of women education and empowerment, and we are willing to work with all OIC member states towards women empowerment through sharing of best practices and technical expertise. I would like to also share with you that the Commission is mandated by the OIC Council of Ministers to review the Cairo Declaration of Human Rights in Islam against existing universal human rights instruments and make suggestions for its improvement. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, since empowerment is a process, I would like to share with you also that IPHRC will continue to work closely with our partners, the OIC General Secretariat, to 1. Expedite ongoing review of various institutional frameworks and legislation pertaining to women, family well-being and development in OIC member states. Improve the quality and relevance of education for adolescent girls and young women. Foster enabling environment through advocacy and intersectoral coordination and governance. And strengthening policy and program linkages between the health and education sectors to respond to the needs and rights of adolescent girls and young women. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, the journey has only begun, I would say. Let us unshackle ourselves of the inertia of past generations. Let us seize this historic opportunity to change the tone and tenor of debate on women empowerment. And on behalf of the IPHRC, let me call for collective action to turn the rhetoric into reality. I am confident and hopeful that the successful outcome of this summit will be instrumental in steering the destiny and direction of educated and enlightened Muslim women towards nation building and developing societies where women are defined by their strength and progressive contribution. Thank you so much for your attention, and I hope I have given you answer.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I think Her Excellency raised also many important issues. If I just may summarize very quickly, she talked about the issue of the mindset and how there is a need to change the mindset, and then education and empowerment of women, and also how the OIC is playing an important role in coordinating certain activities related to the education of women. And she talks about the human rights, women education. I think most of these issues maybe will be deliberated in depth in our parallel sessions, inshallah. If I might say, in fact, our session is coming to its end. If I want to follow the time, we are now around 4:22. I'm not sure whether my instinct is okay or not. It's 4 o'clock. Means we have a lot of time. We saved 30 minutes. This is why I need. Roughly want to go for one questions. This is why I think we can open for some questions and answers. Please, if you want to raise a question, you address your question very forward and stick to the point. Then we can take as many as we can. Please identify your name or your organization and raise your question, whether to all our panelists or to a specific speaker. Please go ahead, and we will take maybe first 3 questions, and then we take the second round. Okay, we will start with our sister. Over there, you go ahead. Can we give the mic to our sister? Yes, we will come. Come, sister. Just we start with our sister. Come.
teşekkür ederim. Sayın katılımcılar, hepsine soru sormak istiyorum. İstanbul'dan geliyorum. Cumhuriyet Halk Partisi İstanbul Büyükşehir Belediye Meclis üyesiyim. Aynı zamanda Kadıköy İlçe Meclis üyesiyim. Mesleğim mimarlık. Türkiye'den, İstanbul'dan geliyorum. Konuşmacıların hepsi, bizim konuşmacımız, bizim Büyükşehir Belediye Meclis üyemiz de üzerine basarak şunu söyledi aslında. Kadınların eğitimi, bir de seçme hakkı. Evet, Türkiye'de Mustafa Kemal Atatürk 1930'lu yıllarda, 34'te kadınlarımıza seçme hakkını tanıdı. Biz bu sayede ki burada bulunan diğer kadın arkadaşlarımızın birçoğu Türkiye'deki bu ortamdan yararlanarak eğitimler aldık, üniversite eğitimleri aldık. Kadınların evet barışı inşa etmesi diye bir konu seçilmiş, çok güzel. Yine Büyük Atatürk şunu söylemiştir, yurtta barış, dünyada barış. Fakat şimdi baktığımızda coğrafyamıza, dünya coğrafyasına, özellikle İslam ülkelerinin olduğu, yoğunlukta olduğu Orta Doğu'da savaşlar yıllardır süre geliyor. Hele son dönemde Büyük Orta Doğu Projesi adı altında başlatılan ve Türkiye'nin de ne yazık ki son dönemde eş başkanlık iddiasıyla o savaşın ortağı oldu. Bizim ülkemiz son yıllarda özellikle Suriye'den gelen kadın ve çocukların sığındığı bir yer oldu. Savaş kadınları ve çocukları çok daha kötü vuruyor. Bu
At the beginning, she wants to ask to all of you actually, saying that the great leader Atatürk has been established a constitution that the woman can be participated in the election and we can elect and we can be elected as well. This was a good opportunity for us. But when you look at the, and also she was saying that Atatürk was saying that the peace in the country, which means the peace in the world as well. Saying that when we look at especially the Middle East countries, there has been war between them, and Turkey got a major role after interfering with them.
Bu coğrafyamıza baktığımızda özellikle Orta Doğu'da, evet sorumun birinci sorum şu, Orta Doğu'da özellikle İslam ülkelerinin yoğunlukta yaşadığı Orta Doğu'da yıllardır savaşlar süre geliyor. Bundan da en çok kadınlar, çocuklar etkileniyor. Biz barışı inşa ederken kadınların İslam coğrafyasında özellikle neden savaşlar daha çok o coğrafyada devam ediyor? Bu konuda bir şey söyleyebilir mi sayın konuşmacılar? İkinci sorum da
the question is actually was saying that the Turkish role and okay.
Yeah, thank you very much, sister. I think we got your idea. Maybe we can, because I need to manage time to make sure that we have many questions. But thank you very much, sister. Okay. Any other street? Okay.
My name is Raihana Abdullah also from Independent Human Rights Division, OIC, Malaysia. Okay, very quick questions to my dear friend, Dato' Sri Zarifah Kamarudin. So what's wrong with Angelina Jolie? And what's wrong with Emma Watson? You know? If she, for example, Emma Watson, you know, her speech in front of the United Nations, she's promoting he for she. So a campaign. So if let's say their works, you know, she or they translated the action of peace, you you know, and campaign for it. So my question is, Dr. Zalia, what's wrong with that?
Okay, thank you very much. This is second question. Let's take another question number 3. Okay, Khalid. No need anything. Okay.
Herkese iyi günler diliyorum. Türkiye'den, İstanbul'dan avukat Figen Şaştım. Anında çeviri olacak mı? Öyle mi?
Khalid, can we just ask our brothers, just because I need to have many questions, we need to learn from our scholars more than maybe later on when we go to the parallel session, we can have a lot of discussion. This is like a keynote speeches, we need to have a framework, what we are going to discuss. Just straight to the point.
Tamam. Kısa bir açıklama yapıp sonra şey yapacağım. Siz translate yapacaksanız yavaş konuşayım. Türkiye, İstanbul'dan avukat Figen Şaştım. Hukukçu Kadınlar Platformu temsilen buraya geldim.
İstanbul.
Tamam. Soruma geçmeden önce kısa bir açıklama yapmak istiyorum. Türkiye'de hak ve özgürlükler gerçek anlamıyla AK Parti hükümetiyle birlikte 2002-2016 yılları arasında maalesef gerçekleşmiştir. Daha önce Türkiye'de hak ve özgürlükler maalesef söz konusu edilememiştir. Hukuka ve tüm anayasaya aykırı olarak sürekli ihlal edilmiştir. Buna vurgu yapmak istiyorum.
I need to express my feelings, and I need to stress a point here that the justice and the rights in Turkey has been started with the party AKP during the time of the 2002. This was the reality here actually.
Soruya geçiyorum çünkü toplantının insicamını, düzenini bozmak istemiyorum. Sorum şu, 15 Temmuz'da Türkiye'de bir darbe girişimi gerçekleştirildi. Bu darbe girişiminin amacı neydi? Aktörleri kimlerdi? FETÖ denen terör örgütü kimdi? Türkiye ve tüm İslam coğrafyasına ve İslam'a ne gibi zararları oldu? Bu konuda Habibe Üner hanımefendiden bir açıklama istiyorum. Teşekkür ediyorum.
I would like to ask this question to Ms. Habibe Güner that 15 July has been a military coup in Turkey. Who was behind this? That we have named FETÖ and other organizations. This is a question to.
Okay, can we have question number 4 from the doctor? Okay, go ahead. I need straight to the point question, then we can ask our people to answer.
Selamünaleyküm. Sorun birbirine bağlantılı 3 soru şeklinde. Öncelikle sorum, Fransa'daki burkini yasağı hakkında ne düşünüyorsunuz? İslam zirvesi olarak zirvesinde buna değinecek misiniz? İkincisi, gene bağlantılı olarak.
First question is.
Kendimi tanıtayım mı arada? Gerek yok, tamam.
First question is about the France and the Burkini case, as you remember that.
Avrupa ve Amerika'da Müslüman kadına gösterilen tepki, İslam düşmanlığı, Müslüman kadınlar üzerinden yapılması hakkında AK Parti ile birlikte beraber bu bayağı bir had safhada ilerledi. Cumhurbaşkanımızın sayesinde başörtü özgürlüğüne kavuştuktan sonra ülkemizde bazı şeyler çok fazla değişti. Seçme ve seçilme hakkı evet 1934'te verildi ama seçme ve seçilme hakkı olduğu halde resmi makamlarda başörtü yasağı, üniversitelerde, hastanelerde, mecliste her yerde vardı. AK Parti hükümetiyle birlikte bu tamamen şu anda serbest. Okullarda, eğitimlerde. Bununla birlikte Müslüman Kadın Zirvesi olarak bu yasaklar hakkında ortak bir çalıştayınız var mı?
Okay. She was saying that that's true that we have got yes, we have got the election for the woman during the time of the first president actually, but our independence days for the woman actually has been started with the AKP party. And you have seen before that, the hijab was banned in the office and other places as well. But the problem is, the question is here, the Europe and the American countries, they have shown that the Islamic enmity coming from the Muslim woman, or Islamophobia that they call it. What is your role, OIC countries?
Already clear. Can we give the last question to Sister Dr.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I'm Dr. Mira Suad from Kuliya of Education, International Islamic University. I have one question for Her Excellency the Minister. Actually, it's about the role of the OIC as the biggest Islamic organization. To what extent the role of the OIC is neutral in reaching out to women living in regions with the crisis, like women in Syria, for example, or in Yemen, or in Libya, or in Myanmar, for example, our sisters, the Rohingya. So to what extent they reach these women without being manipulated by the member states' policies? Thank you.
Okay, we will give to our panelists to comment on the questions. Maybe we will start the same way how we started. Maybe Prof. Abdul Hamid, if you want to comment on any of this.
من سوء الحظ الحقيقة أن كل المؤسسات في العالم العربي والعالم الإسلامي تمثل فشل ذريع، ومنها تأكيد الOIC. أعتقد قلة من الناس يعلم عن وجود الOIC. ما هي القضايا في هذا الواقع المؤلم الذي تعيشه الأمة الإسلامية لعبته الOIC. يعني لا الجامعة العربية ولا الOIC ولا كل هذه المؤسسات حقيقة بتؤدي أي أدوار فعالة. عليها يعني على رجال هذه المؤسسات أن يعيدوا النظر وينظروا كيف يمكن تفعيلها رغم كل العقبات التي أمامهم. ولكن يعني لولا أن أحد مثل وأشار إلى اسم الOIC بالتأكيد ما أحد يفتقد هذا للأسف. فهي تمثل نموذج من مؤسسات العالم الإسلامي التي لا تؤدي دورها كما يجب.
That's a question for me just now from Professor Raihana. What's wrong with Angelina Jolie? Okay, let me explain. Those who have studied media would understand the message and the messengers. Right? These are those who have no background in media. The message and the messenger. The message of United Nations and Angelina Jolie as the messenger. Right? So this is the trend today, that you have to have a messenger rather than the message is going through the messenger. Now let's look at the media world, especially TVs. Right? In the 1990s, it was popularized by certain TV stations to have beautiful messengers giving message. Right? So this is the start of the trend. Then we look at the Western media. Sorry, I'm not putting anything against people who are at their golden age. Right? The messenger is not important. It is the message that is important. Now you see the Western media. Do they put beautiful girls? The answer is no. Because what is important is the message, not the messenger. So there are few TV stations who are going for the messenger rather than the message. So this is the trend. By United Nations today, I hope OIC is not following this, that they are promoting the messengers, not the message. Now, if you were to look at the messenger, again, I am advised that we have to respect the people who are created by the Creator, and in respecting the Creator, we are respecting the Creator. But
if the messenger is living her life or his life in sin, looking at it from the Islamic perspective, and have children, illegitimate children, and you're asking what's wrong with that? What are we telling our young people? It's okay to live together without the marriage tie and have children. This is the message. This is the message. So, our role, all of us here, is to use, yes, we can use a messenger, but it must be a good role model. A very good role model with good akhlaq. So, we can have message and messenger. I once asked, I just want to give me 2 minutes on this. Not that I want to vent my anger, but when I was younger, in my 20s, I asked this particular person who is in charge of the papers, and also this company is also in charge of our TV station, Main Media. So he is a guy in his 50s. So I said, why are all these papers, the Sunday papers, they have this excerpts where they show women wearing skimpy bikinis. We are not talking about burkini. This is bikinis. And then he said, he said, and he's a Muslim, he said, this is feast for my eyes. Feast for his eyes. Not only for his eyes, he is also giving feast for other men's eyes. So we are talking about commercializing women to sell his papers. And then I said, after, also in the TVs, they put beautiful women, right? Beautiful women for men to see. What are these men seeing? The message or the messenger? Again, message or messenger? And then he said to me, I was younger then, he said, come on men, come on. When men, especially like us, we are tired coming back from work, all we want to see is a beautiful face. I was very furious. I said, you are looking at other people's wife. You go and look at your wife. Why must you look? Because, again, messenger and message. It could just be given by a person who is 60 years old, or it could be by perhaps a grandfather. Who cares? What is important is the message. So what I'm trying to say is, we must not fall into the trap of commercializing women. Without our women realizing that they have been commercialized. To them is, well, you pay, I take the pay, it's good for me. But we live in a materialized world. We have to change that. Life is not just about money. Life is not just about being famous. So peace, when we define peace, peace means in harmony with oneself. How can you be in harmony with oneself if the world is in chaos? How can we, therefore, it is our responsibility to create that peace. We cannot say, oh, Sudan is having this, Libya is this, that is this. They have their own sets of problems that we do not understand. And I remember once we went to one country, one of our leaders said something to that country, and then this guy said, our tour guide, who is an officer of the ministry, said to this person, he says, sir, this is my country, I take care of my country, okay? You have your country, you take care, you don't understand our problem. So in doing that, what I'm saying that, although we care about other people's problem, we do not know what they have faced. So, we have to walk in their shoes to understand. A woman who needs money, if she is not principled, will do anything. it is the right of the man to tell her that what she is doing is wrong. You cannot say, in the Malay language, we say, I don't want, this is her thing, I don't want to intervene. Then when we do not intervene and care about others, nobody will care about us. But people will say, this is my grave, this is your grave. Then we will say, you do not walk to your grave. We have to carry you to your grave. It means you need people to bring you to your grave. So I think with this, I hope we can do something, especially for OIC. We will help with all our might with the message, but not with the messenger. Otherwise, Angelina Jolie will be the messenger for OIC, not Prof. Raihana, not Ambassador Ilham. We will get Angelina Jolie. Thank you very much.
Evet arkadaşlar, bizim Türkiye'den gelen arkadaşlarımızın, iki arkadaşımız da değişik sorular sordular. Birinci meclis üyesi olan arkadaşımızın sorduğu soru, neden Müslüman ülkelerinde savaş var noktasıydı. O yapılan savaşları kendileri de görürler, biliyorlar ki Müslüman ülkeleri karıştırmak ve onların sahip oldukları zenginlikleri ele geçirmek. Dünyadaki ülkeleri, buradaki bütün katılımcı arkadaşlar biliyorlar. Kuvvetli abiler olarak kalmak istiyor bazı ülkeler. Onun için dışarıdan karıştırılıyor. Yoksa Müslümanlar terörü sevmez. Müslüman adıyla terör örgütleri kuruluyor. Müslümanlar barışı sever. Barış noktasında onlara fırsat verilmiyor. Ama biz el ele vererek bu işi yapacağız inşallah. Diğer Figen kardeşimin, arkadaşımın da sorduğu bir soru var. Buradaki program barış üzerine ve sosyal alanda hanım olduğu için bu konulara girmemiştik ama böyle bir soru geldiği için de teşekkür ediyorum. Çok yakında olan, Türkiye'de olan, tüm dünyayı ilgilendiren 15 Temmuz gecesindeki olayı çok ince ayrıntılarına değinmeden biraz açıklayayım, bilgileriniz olsun inşallah. 15 Temmuz'daki kalkışlar yapılan Türkiye'ye bir darbeydi. Bu darbe hem ülkemize, insanlarımıza hem de dinimize yapılan bir darbeydi. FETÖ terör örgütü diye bizim nitelendirdiğimiz Fethullah Gülen grubuna ait insanların Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımızın nitelendirdiği gibi ona inanan alt tabakadakilerin ibadet olarak inandıkları, orta tabakadakilerin de ticaret yaptıkları, en üsttekilerin de ülkemize ve insanlığa ve ayrıca Müslümanların inançlarını kaybettikleri için Müslümanlara da ihanet yaptıkları bir devleti yapısına paralel bir örgüttür. Bu örgütün basit bir örgüt olduğunu düşünmüyoruz. Onların da akıl hocaları var. Onların akıl hocaları da Müslüman ülkeleri karıştıran ve oradaki zenginlikleri almaya çalışan kişiler olduğunu hepimiz biliyoruz. Bu FETÖ terör örgütüne dahil olan veya ona inanan kişiler öyle bir konumdalar ki kripto konumundalar. Şu anda devletimiz bir karar aldı. Resmi dairelerden onları temizlemek istiyoruz. Rahatça çalışıyoruz. Askeriyeden onları attıktan sonra daha çok başarılar elde edebildik. Diğer resmi kurumlardan da onları eğer temizlersek kendi kurumlarımızla başarıya ulaşacak ve Türkiye tam bağımsız, ekonomik olarak da bağımsız, ekonomik olarak da üst sıralarda olacak inşallah. Biz Suriye Savaşı'nda kapılarımızı açtık. 3 milyondan fazla mülteci var. Avrupalılar söz verdikleri halde yapılacak yardımları yapmadılar. Ama Rabbim öyle bir bereket verdi ki halk el ele vererek bu işi yaptı. Ve biz elhamdülillah Recep Tayyip Erdoğan gibi bir cumhurbaşkanına pratik zekalı, halkını seven, gönlünü ve kendi bedenini ortaya koyan bir cumhurbaşkanına sahibiz ki bunu atlatabildik. Diğer ülkeler bu yapılan parçalanmayı, savaşı atlatamadılar. Ve biz onlara da inşallah lider ve örnek olacağız. Hepinize Allah'a emanet ediyorum.
Thank you very much. Actually, just to comment on 2 points that were raised by the audience. There was a mention of France and the Burkina, this extremely interesting point, and the OIC and so forth. I think we should look at this particular point, which in my mind is a very superficial issue, but it has been made as such if we make direct connection with the recent problem of refugees and migrants in Europe. We should not overlook this tremendous problem which has posed a lot of challenges to all the EU countries in recent years. I would think, actually, it is just a byproduct of some schizophrenic behavior of ultra-nationalist parties in many European countries. For example, they are talking about Burkina. We have to remember that France and other European countries, they are propagators of freedom of expression, liberty of person, and so forth. This would, in my mind, include the freedom to express yourself in how you would like to dress. So why should a woman wear a bikini, as Dr. Sulaiman was saying, and then another woman, if she wears a burkini, there is a big problem. At the same time, let us also have a retrospective look at the whole issue. Many of the Muslims, from the region, this region of ours, they migrate or they go to European countries and to America, and where they are faced with new culture, new attitudes, new sets of values, and so forth. As Muslims, generally, when we migrate, we do not leave behind our religion. We do not leave behind our culture and our deep beliefs. We take everything with us because we are true Muslims. We are practicing Muslims. But when you go into these countries where there is a different set of values, we have to bear that in mind. We have to have some respect for the land where we are immigrating to. We have to think of integration. At the same time, we must stick to our own values. So it's a very difficult equation, to go to a society which has different set of values, while you need to maintain and to stick to your own values. So this would depend to each and every one of the Muslims who would go to these countries. Regarding the role of the OIC, I would just like to remind that I do not represent the OIC per se, but I am representing the Commission on Human Rights belonging to the OIC. And I'm sure I saw that Dr. Talibna, she is here, and I'm sure she would like to speak and shed some light on the role of the OIC. But I would like to tell you that as a commission, our main role is an advisory role, and so far we have been putting forward to member states a lot of recommendations, a lot of opinion on how to proceed with different challenges facing OIC countries, including the situation of women in conflicts. And also within our own working group on women, we have managed to come up with a lot of recommendations on how to tackle these issues, and it is at the hands of member states. But in the end, our role as a commission and as commissioners complements the role of civil society organizations and the role of member states as a whole. So I would just stop here and maybe the
Thank you very much. I think I have received a message that we have to end the session because there will be like a giving token of appreciation to our speakers here. If Rolf, we have to, or you want it? Okay. Because I see that our doctor from the OIC wants to say something, and okay. Come, just for 1 minute, just a very straightforward. I need to. Yes. That's why we want. That's why I said in the beginning we need straightforward questions. We could have listened to many people.
Thank you. May I speak in Arabic? Is there any translation?
We need just 1 minute, doctor.
Just maximum 2 minutes, please. أولا قبل كل شيء نعترف بأن العالم الإسلامي يواجه تحديات جسيمة، وأنا أتفهم جواب الأستاذ لرأيه أن OIC فاشلة في مهمتها مثل كثير من المؤسسات الإسلامية. نعترف جميعا أن هذه التحديات يجب أن الجميع يواجهها، ومنظمة التعاون الإسلامي أذكركم فقط أنها منظمة دولية بين 57 حكومة، وأن أمامها تحديات قانونية ومادية، وتتصورون أنها اليوم تجاهد، وجهادنا في العالم الإسلامي اليوم ليس فقط بالدفاع عن النفس كما أمرنا به من قبل، لكن جهادنا اليوم هو أن نحسن مصورة المسلمين في العالم.
I can say that she can understand your comments on what you perceive as the failure of OIC, but at the same time also you need to understand that this organization having 57 countries controlling it, so it's very difficult to handle many legal and administrative challenges, and part of what she's putting is part of the jihad now is to settle this organization and make it work properly.
وتعرفون أن اليوم هذه المنظمة تواجه 57 فيتو، 57 فيتو إذا أرادت أن تتقدم، وتفهمون ذلك. وهذا جانب من جواب على سؤال الأخوة كيف نحن نصل إلى المجموعات المسلمة في العالم. صدقوني الأمانة العامة اليوم والأمين العام بصفة خاصة، جهادنا اليوم هو بالموقف والكلمة، وتصل كلمتنا إلى هذه الأوساط بالوسائل المتاحة، ونأمل مساعدتكم كمؤسسات غير حكومية أو وطنية للتواصل معنا، لأن الجهد الوحيد والوسيلة الوحيدة التي عندنا اليوم هو بالموقف والكلمة، ويجب على كل مسلم اليوم أن تصل كلمته ويصل صوته باستعمال واستخدام الوسائل العلمية الدولية المتاحة، وهي التقنيات الجديدة. الآخر يواجهنا ويجاهدنا بالوسائل الثقافية، في أفلامهم، في كتبهم، في وسائل الإعلام، فعلينا نحن بشبابنا ونسائنا أن نساهم في مواجهة بأخلاقنا وبقيمنا بالوسائل العلمية المتاحة حتى يصل صوتنا، ونأمل أن العمل الحكومي بين الدول وبين المؤسسات الدولية إن شاء الله يعيننا الله إلى مواجهة هذه التحديات. وتفهم الأستاذ أننا كلنا محبطون اليوم أمام مواجهة هذه التحديات التي يعيشها الإسلام في يومنا هذا، وشكرا.
So one of the problems also facing OIC is veto issue. So she's saying that you can have 57 veto from the 57 countries, or whenever you are taking an action forward. So the best they can do currently is to have a word and stand for the sake of improving the Muslim image. And she's inviting everybody, national and NGOs, to cooperate with the OIC and stretch hand, and we'll try to work together to, I would say, to clean the image of Islam in the world and within us.
Thank you very much. I think we have come to the end of our first session. Let's thank our speakers. Together, we give them a very big applause. I think they have done a great job. They have set like a kind of a very good framework for our discussions. I know that many of you want to say something, but I think we have the parallel sessions. We can discuss, we can debate, we can differ, but in the end, we have a focus. As our doctor mentioned, that we have a focus. We need to develop ourselves. We need to see how the woman can play a role in peace building, how men can play a role in peace building, how our ummah become a civilized, bring back the glory of the Islamic civilization. I think with this one, may Allah bless you all. I think it was a very great session, very good audience, very great speakers. May Allah bless you all. I hand over to the Secretariat. I think they will be giving token of appreciation to our speakers. Please go ahead.
It is a good session because the majority is late.
Thank you to all of the honorable speakers for inspiring speeches. Now we would like to give a token of appreciation to our keynote speakers. We would like to invite Prof. Dr. Walid Famri Fariz, Director of International Institute for Muslim Unity, cum Chairperson of International Conference on Women and Peace Building, to accompany Mr. Sulaiman Sesoy to come on stage to give away the tokens. Firstly, Professor Datuk Sri Dr. Zaliha binti Kamarudin, Director of International Islamic University, Malaysia. Secondly, to Professor Emeritus Dato Dr. Abdul Hamid Abu Sulaiman, the Chairman of International Institute of Islamic Thought, Washington. Next, Mrs. Habibe Gunur, Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality, Member of Assembly and President of Health Commission. To our next speaker, Ambassador Ilham Ahmad, Vice Chairperson of Independent Permanent Human Rights Commission of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. Lastly, to our moderator, Professor Dr. Abdul Aziz Burgut, Deputy Rector of Internationalization and Industry and Community Relation, International Islamic University, Malaysia. Thank you. Let's the end of our first session. Now we would like to invite our distinguished guests, VIPs, participants, ladies and gentlemen, to enjoy a 10-minute tea break. We'll continue with our second session afterwards. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.